Hi there. This is Billy Earl back with Del Marvelous Americana, and we are bi-coastal today. We have the honor of interviewing a young man that I saw several years ago at Sisters Bar in Berlin, and I was just astounded that a man so young had such command of voice, of writing, of instrumentation. It was impressive. We're talking to him today. I think he's going to school in Nashville, but he is in Los Angeles right now, and I want to send out a big extraneous thank you from Del Marvelous Americana to Zander Jett. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, Billy. I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. What takes you to LA, my friend?
So, at my school, there's basically a study abroad program, which LA is still in the country, but it kind of feels like it's abroad.
Right.
And we do an internship in the music industry, and I'm taking some classes out here.
Wow, that's interesting. Tell me a little bit about your musical journey. How did that begin?
So, I've just been writing songs since I was, oh my gosh, must be like 10 years old, and at first they were like silly songs, right? And but as I grew into like my teenage years, I realized that writing songs is what I love to do, and I want to do it for a living. So I started recording my own music, and I would put stuff out. I would release my songs that I would just record on my computer using GarageBand or whatever. And I eventually got to a place where I could have others record it for me, and I started releasing more and more music, and and then I started my journey at college. So I went to Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, and I studied songwriting there. So it's
Yeah.
a very cool place. Nashville is just super fun to be in, and I have a lot of like rights with people, and I'm just writing songs every day.
My wife and I were fortunate enough to go to Nashville several years ago for the Americana Fest.
Oh
And
wow!
it was absolutely amazing. Prine was there. He sang Angel from Montgomery with Bonnie Raitt. Although I did embarrass myself at one point because I didn't have my glasses on at the time, and I saw somebody that I could have sworn was Gurf Morlix, who is a producer in Austin, Texas, and in Nashville to some degree. He used to play slide guitar and produce for Lucinda Williams, but it turned out it wasn't him at all. It was T-Bone Burnett, one of the giants of music, who I had never met, never had any contact with, but I yelled out, "Gurf!" And he goes, "Where? Where is he?" Anyway, it was humiliating.
That's
But
so funny.
we went to the Ryman and we did all of the other stuff. How much time do you spend in downtown Nashville in the music scene?
Well, I for a while I played in a country band, and so we would play some bars on like downtown. But also, I'm only 20 years old, which doesn't allow me to get into a lot of gigs. So,
Right.
and also leaving for LA, I haven't been in the scene, so I'm not sure what it's going to look like when I go back. But I'm hoping to get out and keep playing with some bands and playing gigs.
Okay. Now you play guitar and piano. Any other instruments?
Nope, there's the main two.
Okay. How did you get started in playing an instrument?
So my first instrument was piano, and I was taking lessons at first for like a year or two, and I just decided that it was not for me. It was very like I didn't like the structure to it. I just kind of wanted to do it myself, and so from then on, I started teaching myself, and now I can't really read music very well, but I've just taught myself, and now I'm at a place where I'm like comfortable with my piano skills, and I'm still working on my like guitar skills.
Okay. What kind of guitar do you play?
I play an acoustic. It's a Baby Martin.
Okay. Great guitars.
Yeah.
They make great stuff. When you're first
Yes.
starting, now you're starting extremely early writing, and now you're actually studying composition. What are you learning about writing and how you write because it's a very personal experience.
It is, I agree. I think when I was younger, I was listening to so much music and I was taking it all in that I would almost write from like others' experiences and kind of take in whatever I was hearing and write it. But now I feel like I've reached a point where I have experienced like a little bit more life, a little bit more like love and heartbreak and that kind of thing where I can write really honestly. And so the I think my songs are just becoming more and more honest and more vulnerable, which I think is really important for a songwriter.
Yes, it is. Um, when you sit down to write a song, what comes first?
Whew, for me, it all comes at the same time. So I'll have a line in my head, and and that line will have a melody to it already, and I'll play it, and I'll be like, and then it's one of the most magical feelings because I almost feel like the song is already written, and I'm just the one that's like, I'm hearing it in my head and I'm writing it, but I feel like it's already been written somewhere out there, and I'm just trying to, um, you know, get it into me. But so yeah, I feel like it all comes at the same time, and I either I write a song in 30 minutes or I write a song in 2 hours, and it's everywhere in between. But I find that the ones that I write quick and the ones that just come like this are some of the best.
You know who that sounds like? It sounds like
Who?
Paul McCartney's explanation of what happens when he writes. He says that he dreamed um, yesterday and woke up and he had all of the musical parts, he had all of the vocal parts, he had all the lyrics, he had everything. And I just, everybody else in the known universe just is marveled at that. So maybe you are a prodigy in a similar vein.
Oh wow, that's a big comparison, but
It
yeah,
is.
that is super.
Well, you're approaching this seriously, and you've committed to a lifestyle and to a body of work and to becoming an artist of note, and you're to be applauded for that. Many of us musically kind of we limp along, and sometimes we do it, and sometimes we don't, but it's not a constant effort. When you're sitting down and recording. Are you doing this from a home studio or are you in a professional studio? What's the venue like?
So most of my songs have been recorded at Cozy Recordings in Berlin.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so you might know Matthew Van Gaspeck. He is like my producer, and so we work. I mean, he is so busy with tours and everything. We can only really work like for like a month at a time or something. So this summer we got to work a little bit, and it either happens in the studio or when we're both separated. I'll write and record like a demo. I'll send it over to him. He'll build the track out a little bit or mix things for
right.
me.
Yeah, he's got a heck of a reputation. Where have you played around here?
So I play. I think most notably at the Atlantic Hotel. I play there every Friday night in the summer, and that's been my spot for the past 3 or 4 summers, and that's really what started my whole love with like gigging and playing shows. But since then, I branched out to Sunset Island on 67th Street in Ocean City. I've played Nick's House of Ribs. I just play like all the little spots, Ocean
Yeah,
City and
yeah.
Berlin. I love Berlin. Berlin's amazing.
What is the experience of live performance like for you?
Who it is so fun. It is just everything comes naturally, and I feel like the more people listening or like the bigger the crowd, the more into it I am. The more I want to perform, and the more like motivated I am. But I have sometimes when there's like a smaller crowd, it's like sometimes I don't perform as well. I feel like I love the energy that a crowd gives back to me, and I love to feed off that, and I love to like talk to the crowd and make jokes. And I feel like I've definitely grown as a performer since doing my summer gig since I was like 14 years old.
I think learning to do entertaining and compelling banter in between songs is a skill that when somebody really does it well, it's a great thing. A lot of artists don't really. James McMurtry comes to mind. He's a curmudgeon guy. I interviewed him years ago at the Ram's Head, and in the in between songs, normally he just whines about the state of the music business these days and how it's celebrity driven, and payment to artists is minimal. It's not fair, and
Right.
I hope that ultimately something can be done about that. When um, when you're out there in Los Angeles, who are you seeing? Are you going to shows?
Yes, I saw the Lumineers.
Oh
They were
yeah,
fantastic. Yes.
big fan.
Did you? Yeah. Did you go to Ocean's Calling?
No,
Okay. Okay. And so, are you a musician yourself?
yes I am.
Okay.
As a
Very
matter of
cool.
fact, you can find Resonator Rage Emas on Amazon Music Prime. It's a compilation of my first two CDs. I was very fortunate. I cut these in Texas when I lived there. I lived there for almost 13 years when Daddy was sick. He had Parkinson's, and it was a real strain on my mother. So I went back and stayed with him. But there was a guy there in a little town I lived in who had a recording studio, and as a byproduct, I got to work with Tommy Alsop, who was really quite an amazing character in his life. He was the guitar player for Buddy Holly, and he produced Willie Nelson's first album. Quite a
Wow.
gentleman. Now he's not with us anymore, but all of these things were cut there. And the reason that somebody probably wants to listen to my stuff has nothing to do with my great songwriting or my musical skills, and certainly not my voice. But there's two guys who play on it. One is Buddy Whittington, who played for 10 years with John Mayall in England in the blues band, and Milo Deering, who was the showrunner and played flat top, pedal steel, and mandolin for the Eagles, not on this last tour, but on the one before that. In Texas, he's a guitar god. The rest of the world probably doesn't really know him, but he's been on a million different records for people there in the Dallas Fort Worth area. But you know, we sponsor shows here now. We have a group of artists coming in next year. We have 11 different artists coming in from Austin, Texas, who are going to be performing at Flannery's, which is a Cajun Bayou restaurant in Fruitland. And so far, it's been great. We've had two shows. Got one coming up this Sunday with Barbara Nesbitt, who's big in Austin. None of these are people that anybody here would really know. You'd have to be in the Austin music scene, which, for my money, is the center of the known universe for Americana style music. Um, Nashville notwithstanding. I'm not really a New York or LA guy, but those two, Nashville and Austin, are just two places that I could live forever and a day. When you are young
Yeah.
and you're starting to get your chops, who are you listening to? Who's influenced your work?
Wow. So I think when I first started doing piano, Elton John was a huge inspiration. Absolutely love Elton John, and I think that's what really got me started on the keys and wanting to pursue the keys as my main instrument instead of a guitar, which a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
So I think, but since Elton John, I've definitely moved a little bit more into like the contemporary world. So Ed Sheeran is I mean, I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan. I love his songwriting, and he's been my inspiration
Songwriting
since day.
machine.
Yes,
He's a
yeah, I agree.
songwriting machine. How about on guitar? Who do you fashion yourself after?
On guitar, I mean, I'm definitely not as great as guitar as piano. So I'm definitely still getting my chops up on that instrument. But I mean, I really love the folky sound of guitar, especially like I find that when I write a song on the piano versus the guitar, it always when I write on the guitar, it always comes out more up tempo and more a little more fun. And when I sit
Okay.
down on a piano to write, it was a little more dark or a little more sad. So I love to like switch off writing on piano and then writing on guitar. But I'd say one of my main guitar, like one of the sounds that I love, like Noah Khan, he's just one of my like I love that guitar sound that he
Yeah.
has.
Now, do you play through any pedals or do you play into a microphone? How do you manage your rig?
So I for when I'm like gigging during the summers, I I just use my keyboard mainly and I sing, and I
Okay.
do have a loop pedal. The loop station, it's something it's something I saw Ed Sheeran do, and I was like, wow, I wanna do that too. And so I do some beatboxing, and I will loop different like sounds and different patches, and try and form this whole like arrangement of a song with harmonies and a beat and so that's like I think what makes my shows special, um, in on the Eastern Shore. But and when I'm playing guitar, it's mainly just acoustic, raw. I'm not very big into like electric guitar.
Okay. Okay. And in terms of influences, the let's see, you're how old now? You're 20,
Funny.
and you started writing when you were 10. Who was hot when you were 10 besides Elton John that kind of blew your hair back?
Um, let's see.
Leon
I,
Russell, maybe?
I've never heard of Leon Russell.
Okay.
There's this guy. Have you heard of Damien Rice at all?
Uh-huh.
Okay, he his like songwriting and his like vulnerability. That's who I started. Like he got me into it definitely. And then also, and I mean this is a throwback, but Joni Mitchell.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Listening to her songs, I oh my gosh, that's just incredible.
You know something I heard the other day, I read it somewhere that in the course of her career, she used 80 some odd open tunings to play her songs.
Yes, she was like the queen of open tunings.
Yes. But 80? How do you have a show? Do you have 80 guitars back there with, driving your roadies insane?
Yeah, I feel bad for her guitar tech.
Oh, she's something else. By the way, ask the people that you're out there with about Leon Russell and the Wrecking Crew. There's a great story there. It's an amazing tale. Um, what is coming up for Zander Jett? What does the future hold?
So I'm working on some songs right now that I think are just the best songs I've written, and they're getting. I'm producing them out here with some of my friends and my roommate, and I'm just so excited to release these. But I think that I'm gonna hold off until the spring because I mean I've been like toying with the idea of just releasing now, but I think releasing before the holidays, November, December is just people get a little busy, a little carried away, and the music industry kind of just shuts down anyway. So I'm thinking that come January, February, early next year, I want to put out this new music, and I'm so excited for all my fans to hear it, and I'm just so excited to give it to you guys.
That's wonderful. Now you'll be back here in Berlin when?
So I'll be hopefully back this summer. So in the spring I'll go back to Nashville, and I'll do a semester, and then during the summer, I believe I would like to be back home and playing gigs on the shore.
Well, I want everybody out there in this audience to find Xander Jet. Now, you're on Facebook. Are you on Twitter? Do you have a
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, and my songs are available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you listen.
Gotcha, gotcha. Uh, those of you out there, do yourself a favor and drive whatever distance you have to get to Berlin to the Atlantic and catch what's one of Xander's shows. They're extraordinary. Amigo, I want to thank you profusely. I know you're up to your eyeballs in work and joy and the excitement of being out there, but thank you for taking the time to join us. This has been a really amazing interview because one day when you are a big superstar, I will be able to go back into the annals of time and say, I knew him when.
Well, Billy, that means so much to me. I really appreciate you having me. It's been a great conversation, and I'm glad that I can be on the Marvelous Americana.
Well, thank you. And to all everybody out there, remember, a life without live Zander Jett music just ain't hardly worth it. Namaste.
I can see it. We're driving down Main Street and we're laughing 'cause we're running on empty. And there's chatter coming from the backseat. I can see it already. And oh God, this is what I've been dreaming for so long. I know that I need it, and this song might help me feel it for a day. 'Cause I wanna live with you, babe, in a big house. I wanna stay where music is my hometown. I want a lazy day where we sit and play with the four who look just like you. Ooh, ooh. A big house that we can hide in, keep us safe from thunder and lightning, and mornings with picture perfect lighting. That's where we'll be. A garden right by the doorstep, garden the house like a fortress. And darling, you are the best thing that I've ever seen. 'Cause I wanna live with you, babe, in a big house. I wanna stay where music is my hometown. I want a lazy day where we sit and play with the four who look just like you. Ooh, 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 yeah. We walk in darkness until we see the sun. We walk in circles until we find the one. Oh, we walk in darkness, until we see the sun. We walk in circles until we find the one. Take your time and waste all mine, 'cause I don't really think that I can live without you. Pick a side and I'll pick mine, but I already know that I won't be beside you. I know you wanna move on by yourself, but I know I wanna love somebody else. So if you're leaving, don't leave without me. start where we left. And if you're leaving, don't leave without me. I'm sitting here listening, waiting for the phone to ring. And if you're leaving, don't leave without me. Drive tonight, we'll take off in the morning. Just make sure that you get a window seat, so you can see the mountains and the beach and all the miles in between. And I know you wanna move on by yourself, but I know I wanna love somebody else. So if you're leaving, don't leave without me. I wanna step where you step, I wanna start where we left. And if you're leaving, don't leave without me. I'm sitting here listening, waiting for the phone to ring. Don't leave without me. And it appears to me that you're in too deep, that you're losing sleep. It appears to me, and it appears to you, and you thought it knew you know what to do. It appears to you. So if you're leaving, don't leave without me. I wanna step where you step, I wanna start where we left. And if you're leaving, don't leave without me. I'm sitting here listening, waiting for the phone to ring. And if you're leaving, if you're leaving, if you're leaving, don't leave without me. That's a wrap. You're a Sunday in the middle of June, when it's raining and there's nothing to do. I could color you in with yellow and blue, but we both know that wouldn't do. You're a sunset in the middle of May, when there's no clouds to get in the way. I could color you in with orange and gray, but we both know colors all fade. And I just love looking at you. A photograph just will not do. If I paint you by number, I'll need a little thunder and rain to open the sky. And I'll talk to the angels and borrow a rainbow, 'cause I wanna get it right. A masterpiece that's incomplete is beautiful, yet bittersweet. Who knows what I paint you by number. You're an ocean with something to hide. You're a seabird when it's in flight. You're a fireworks show on the 4th of July, but you hear that all of the time. And I just love looking at you. There's no other place with this view. If I paint you by number, I'll need a little thunder and rain to open the sky. And I'll talk to the angels and borrow a rainbow, 'cause I wanna get it right. A masterpiece that's incomplete. It's beautiful, yeah, bittersweet. Who knows what I'll discover if I paint you by number. And I can't keep looking at you, 'cause I always see something new. If I paint you by number, I'll wait till the summer, 'cause I want you by my side. And I'll talk to the angels and borrow some hazel, just so it matches your eyes. If I paint you by number, I'll need a little thunder and rain to open the sky. And I'll talk to the angels and borrow a halo, 'cause baby you burn so bright. A masterpiece that's incomplete. It's beautiful, yeah, bittersweet. Who knows what I'll uncover if I paint you by number. Can't get enough, falling in love. The way that your hand fits into mine, I can feel something different this time, and it does. When it gets rough, you take the high, I'll take the low. Baby, I'm there wherever we go. And you tell me not to stress out, it's unhealthy. It'll work out, don't you worry. I'll be right by your side. So we'll take our time out to sunrise, roses and wine. You are the reason that I don't give up, and I'm yours, you're mine. Dancing streetlights, and I know we're fine. You are the reason that I am in love. Baby, you make me go crazy. Way that your eyes smile at me, I fall in love continuously. And you tell me not to stress out, it's unhealthy. It'll work out, don't you worry. I'll be right by your side. So we'll take our time out up and I'm yours. You're my dancing streetlights, and I know if you are the reason that I am in love. You are the reason that I am in love. Come on, darling, turn the lights low. I'll be watching from the front row. That I will. And come on, darling, don't be nervous. Never let it reach the surface. But I wanna see your name in lights. I could care less about my heart. You are the blue rising tide, baby. I can see the light in your eyes, baby. Hold fast, you still got time, baby. You got nothing but time, baby. Shoot for, don't come up short, honey. You never wanna stop wanting more, honey. You can always swim to the shore, honey. You can always swim to the shore. Come on, darling, don't be angry. Just a little patience, baby. It takes time. 'Cause the world is changing so damn slowly. Darling, you must get so lonely on the front lines. But I wanna see your name in lights. I could care less about my height. You are the blue rising tide, baby. I can see the light in your eyes, baby. Hold fast, you still got time, baby. You got nothing but time, baby. Shoot for, don't come up short, honey. You never wanna stop wanting more, honey. You can always swim to the shore, honey. You can always swim to the shore.
Hi, Mom. I was just wanting to print some chords for a new song and your computer. So when you get a chance, can you please tell me, because I'm lonely without music. Alright. I love you, Mommy. Bye bye.
I know you're tired, I know you're weak at the knees, and I know you're trying to take yourself more seriously, and I know you're looking for somewhere else to be, and I know you like it living by the sea. But if you need an escape, find a one place that we can stay for a couple of days. If you need a break just to get away, hop in the car and I'll drive us insane. And we'll drive to the west coast, go say. You look right at me, and I know what you're trying to say. But if you need an escape, I know a place that we can stay for a couple of days. If you need a break, just to get away, hop in the car and we'll drive through the states. And we'll drive to the West Coast, go out to night shows, stay up all night, watch the sunrise. We won't have to go home if we stay on the West Coast, West Coast. Drive to the West Coast, go out tonight and shows, stay up all night, watch the sunrise. Drive to the West Coast, go out tonight and shows, stay up all night, watch the sunrise. We'll have to go home if we stay on the West Coast, West Coast. Stay on the West Coast, West Coast. I want you in my life, you're always on my mind. Where we go, you decide. And I'm with you, do or die. I think I love you from the sidelines, far away from the heat where I could get hurt. I think I love you from a distance, 'cause getting too close only makes matters worse. I hold on to the shred of you I have left, 'cause I don't wanna lose you yet. I think I'm waiting for the right time. For now I love you from the side.